So now during Saturday's GOP debate, Marco Rubio had a bit of a strange performance. That performance has, of course, fueled a little bit of speculation about his health. So let's take a quick look at his performance first, and then we'll get to the other video.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. But I would add this, let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Facts. Here's the bottom line. This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech.
Well, that's the reason why this campaign is so important.
To the Gang of Eight bill first.
Well, here's the response. I think anyone who believes that Barack Obama isn't doing what he's doing on purpose doesn't understand what we're dealing with here. Okay? This is a president who is trying to change this country.
Okay, you can see Marco Rubio is kind of on like a loop throughout the whole thing. Loop, same talking points, right? So that was odd. So my opinion on this, of course, this is why people don't like Marco Rubio. He seems rehearsed and rather inauthentic. I mean, especially if he's on a loop with the same talking point over and over again, right? Well, that's going to seem inauthentic. Now, if you're listening to like maybe a 25-second soundbite, as Christie of all people pointed out, okay, yeah, you could use that in an ad or something, or a soundbite, but it's a debate. You're supposed to debate, not come up with 25-second canned answers. But that's what he did. Now, after this, of course, well, CNN commentator and supposed personal friend of Marco Rubio, Anna Navarro, she went on CNN to say that she was worried about Marco Rubio. Let's take a look.
Anna, you're a friend of Marco Rubio's. Have you had a chance to talk to him about what went wrong during that debate?
It's a little bit intense time right now. You know, I'm supporting Jeb Bush. We have a primary in one day. No, we're not doing much talking these days. But look, I was sitting 4 rows away from the debate. It was an incredibly intense moment. Christie went at him with everything he had. I've got to tell you this. by the 4th time he was repeating the exact same words verbatim, I was concerned for his health. Just because Marco's too good.
So what do you think happened? Why was he on that repeat cycle?
You know, I think, I can't explain it, but I think he was over-caffeinated and over-rehearsed. And somehow his cables got crossed. He, short-circuited, and it was very weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. He almost he short-circuited, he got some wires crossed, and that, he's not a cyborg or anything. Or maybe he is. I'm kidding, of course. I'm concerned about his health, though. I'm concerned. Okay, well, hey, there you go. Now, what's funny about this, about the whole idea of giving the same kind of canned answers and appearing inauthentic, right, and over-rehearsed, well, didn't Mitt Romney have the same problem in the last election? I mean, he was your standard politician, right? His inauthentic, this sort of robotic politician. Now, what's funny about Mitt Romney is that he also had this inauthentic look. His hair, never moved. Marco Rubio, same kind of thing, right? So his appearance as well as repeating the same old tired talking points, right? Now, ironically, that's why people like Trump, because his hair moves. It may not be real, but his hair moves. And he also doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have those 25-second sound bites. Now, you could argue that the way he talks, everything is fantastic, everything is great. Well, you can make fun of that, right? But at least it's not a canned talking point, right? He doesn't have that problem with inauthenticity. He's not rehearsed. He just says whatever the fuck's on his mind. Now, we can tell there's not a lot on his mind, but at least he's honest about it, right? And actually, one of the best points in that debate, I got to give it to Trump, getting booed by the audience. He said, "Look, you guys are probably funding. You guys are donors anyway. You're rich donors. You're not going to give me money. So of course you're going to be against me. Of course you're going to boo me." Now, some commentators pointed out over in the Young Turks that kind of plants a seed in the audience that anybody who's against Trump, well, they're part of the big money men. They're part of the establishment. and that Trump's against the establishment. And you could make an argument that that's very effective in the strategy. But anyway, that was one of the best moments that countered. It's a stark contrast between Trump and Marco Rubio, the establishment guy versus the guy who is trying to be an outsider. Now, as far as Marco Rubio is concerned, I don't know if he's super hurt by this. I don't know if he'll recover from this, right? Because let's be honest, the optics were pretty bad. He was a robot. He had his Nixon moment. And at least that's what people are equating it to. However, the establishment, they don't really have very many choices, so they're going to keep pushing him, right? I mean, right now you have Jeb Bush asking people to please clap. He was the establishment's original first choice, and you had Scott Walker. Now you're pretty much down to Marco Rubio. And what do you have left? And then Marco ends up short-circuiting. Oh no. So, I mean, Marco Bot getting his wires crossed, not a good thing. Now, on a serious note, of course, we're really going to have to see whether or not this hurts him in the polling. Right now, Trump looking like he's going to win New Hampshire. So we'll see how Marco Rubio places, how this debate performance is really going to affect him. I don't know. We'll have to see.